Hi everyone, and welcome to our November edition of Something Artsy. Jim Bartle's your host, Amy Johnson joining us here now from Brown County Historical Society. I want to remind you right away that Something Artsy is brought to you by State Street Theater in conjunction with New Cat here in New Ulm, who films a segment every month. Thank you for supporting the arts in our community through financial support from Prairie Lakes Arts Council and the Schmidt Foundation. Without their generous support, this program would not be possible. Thanks for joining us. Again, Jim Bartle's here as your host. And Amy, we need to talk about a few things. Welcome back to Something Artsy.
Well, thank you again for having me.
All right, I just heard you on the radio here recently too, and I know that your annual meeting is coming up November 14th for
Yep.
Brown County Historical Society.
Yep, we are going to, it's our 94th annual meeting this year, which is kind of exciting. So November 14th, which is a Thursday, it will be at the New Ulm Best Western. At 6 o'clock we have a social. At 6:30 it's a buffet dinner, a couple of soups, sandwiches, and at 7 o'clock it's a business meeting, followed by our featured speaker, Vicki Pizer. And she's going to be there to talk about Auslanders, Jews in Germantown.
Yeah.
And she's going to talk about some stories of Jewish people who were determined to earn a living and raise their families and then participate in this community while committed to their religious beliefs. So that's going to be the topic of conversation.
And I believe, from what I saw, there's over 150 Jewish people that were living in Brown County. So I mean, yeah.
I think she's going to focus on like 3 stories of different families and
She'll do a great
time.
job.
She's going to do fantastic. The more I read about it, the more I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it. So come join us. You do not have to be a member to attend the annual meeting. But if you want to become a member, you can get a vote.
Okay, all right. Again, that's November 14th, Best Western Plus, 6 o'clock social.
Yep.
Meal starts 6:30 and then program after that.
Yep. And tickets are $30, but
Okay.
that includes the meal.
All right, real good. So keep that in mind. You know, I think 94th annual, some folks 94 years ago had the foresight to say we need to save some of these things. That's really great.
It is, yes. I'm
Okay,
proud to be part of it.
yep. Holiday open house coming up later in November.
Oh, yes, I know. We're talking November, and I'm having shifting all the way towards the end of it. We're talking after Thanksgiving now, right?
Yeah.
The day after Thanksgiving. The holiday open house is Friday, November 29th, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Free admission to the museum. This is, again, the day after Thanksgiving, so the same evening as the Parade of Lights.
Oh, yeah.
So you can come down to the parade, stop by the museum. So the museum is open from 10 to 8, but then from 4 to 8, we'll have cider, cookies, live music. Come on in, warm up. Who knows what the weather will be like at that point. But yeah, come join us for our annual holiday open house.
Parade, I believe, is at 6 o'clock, so you can be here earlier in the day.
Yep.
You could be here in the evening up to the parade, come back in after the parade, because that lasts about an hour or a little less. So a good time. Again, Friday, November 29th.
Yes.
And it is at the museum itself.
At the museum itself. And that's also kind of the official day that we open our holiday display, because we always have a holiday display. Every other year it's a Menzel Village. This is a non-Menzel Village year. So our exhibit this year will be 170 years of holidays in Brown County. So that exhibit will open officially at the holiday open house.
All right, so that's an exhibit. Do you have anything else? I know the holiday exhibit's a big deal coming up here, so.
So so we're doing 170 in correlation with our other exhibit that is going to be opening November 1st, and that's 170 years of a city of charm and tradition. You know, the anniversary of New Ulm, 170 years since its discovery/founding. So that will be opening November 1st. So you come on in, you can see 170 years of New Ulm. Big events that have happened through the years, and then you can also then see 170 years of holidays in Brown County.
Yeah. So it's covering the county. Also has a focus in an area for New Ulm. So good things, absolutely.
So the second floor is just new exhibits coming in November. So come check that all out.
With us is Amy Johnson from Brown County Historical Society. Amy, we don't want to assume anything. where are you located? I know one of the things
Right.
I learned when I came to New Ulm was, where was that post office?
The post office.
Which is the old post office, but where are you at and what are the hours?
We are at 2 North Broadway. We are open Tuesdays through Friday from 10 to 4 and Saturdays from 10 to 3.
Give me those hours again.
All right. Tuesdays through Friday from 10 to 4 and Saturdays from 10 to 3.
Saturdays 10 to 3, okay.
Unless
there
it's
you
a special day, such as the holiday open house.
go. Yeah, okay. And if someone wants to get a hold of the Brown County Historical Society,
Yes.
well, how do they do that?
Like if you would want to purchase a ticket to come to our annual meeting.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could give us a call at 507-233-2616, 507-233-2616.
And you have a website?
We do. It's www.browncountyhistorymn, you gotta put the mn.org.
browncountyhistorymn.org. Okay, all right, so we've got the annual meeting November 14th, holiday open house November 29th.
Yep,
More information, of course, will be on the website, or they can call, and the phone number, as you mentioned.
yes, 507-233-2616.
Email?
My email is director@browncountyhistorymn.org.
Okay, real good. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap up?
Again, just, one of the ways that we do this is through membership. So we talked about a vote at the annual meeting, membership. That's one of the benefits of membership. Other benefits are you get free admission to the museum, subscriptions to our newsletter, advance notice of special events, discounts at the museum store now that we're starting holiday shopping. It's nice to have something like that. You can have access to the archives for free because that's part of the package, and then a vote at the annual meeting. Memberships also make a great holiday gift. So again, it's one way that you can support us, and we thank you very much for all that you do for us.
What's the investment again to make?
Well, if an individual membership it's an annual membership is $40, and then a family, so that would be $60.
All right.
So
Keep that in mind. Amy, always good to have. Amy Johnson, Executive Director, Brown County Historical Society, that started 94 some years ago.
94th annual meeting.
Yeah, excellent. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
That's going to wrap up this segment. It's Something Artsy, and we're talking with Amy Johnson from the Brown County Historical Society. Something Artsy returns in November, and we've got a lot of great guests that we have, including Sarah Wormka, who's the President and CEO of New Ulm Chamber of Commerce. Hi, everyone. Jim Bartles here is your host for this program. And Sarah, we need to get right at it in just a moment, but I need to also mention our thanks to Something Artsy is brought to you by State Street Theater in conjunction with NewCat, where we're filming right now. We film every month here. Thank you for supporting the arts in our community through financial support from Prairie Lakes Arts Council and the Schmidt Foundation. Without their generous support, this program would not be possible. And again, big thank you to them. We're going to do one of the segments with Prairie Lakes Arts Council here in November also. Well, let's talk to Sarah Wormka. There's always things going on at the Chamber.
Yeah.
Have you caught your breath after Oktoberfest?
Yeah, I think so. It took a week or so, but yep, I think now we're in full swing ahead for all the holiday stuff coming up.
A lot of things. I know we're going to talk about Parade of Lights in a little bit, but let's start out with the Loyal to Local NU Holiday Passport.
Yeah, so this is a shopping promotion. It's really to encourage people to shop locally. We started this last year, was the first year we did it. And so how it works is you get a passport, and it looks like a Christmas tree, and it has ornaments, and they have different dollar amounts, $5, $10, $20 on them. And then what you do is you bring them to the participating locations, which are also listed on there. And then whatever you buy, you can get stamps to fill up this passport. The passport total after you fill it all out is I think around $400 or $500, and then you turn them in, and you could win one of the prizes. You can turn in as many as you want, and the prizes are awesome. There's 3 different prize packages. They are all over $1,000 worth of value. They all include a 2-night stay in New Ulm, so you can do a little staycation. And they're kind of themed. So there's one that's like a sort of romantic, more high-end kind of experience, and then there's one that's family friendly, and then there's one that's really great just for friends, any kind of group of friends.
Before I forget,
Yeah,
Chamber dollars are always a great gift.
they're a great gift, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you can spend them at any of our chamber member businesses. We're now at over 380 members, which is awesome. And yeah, so you know that it gives it flexibility in that gift, but yet keeps the money local.
Yeah, so it's good. I've literally bought in thousands of dollars of chamber dollars for holiday gifts over the years.
A
So.
few years ago, we surpassed $2 million in that program.
Wow.
$2 million of local spending. Very cool, for sure.
Holiday shopping opener is always a biggie. Chamber helps get involved with that. What's going on?
Yeah, so that's the second weekend in November, and we're kind of the OG. New Ulm is kind of the ones that started the whole holiday shopping opener, and it's during hunting opener, right?
Yep.
So the men are all going hunting, and the women all come and shop, or however that works. But come to town. All of our boutiques are going to be doing different promotions and whatnot, offering different discounts or different programs that are part of it too, like. Someone's planning on doing this, because it's hunting season, so they're planning on having a Nerf gun that you shoot at a dartboard, and then wherever it lands is the discount you get. How fun is that? So a really great time to kick off your holiday shopping, and then remember that the Loyal to Local Passport program is running during that same time, so you can bring your passport around during shopping opener and get stamps and get all that done.
Hopefully after I get my deer early on Saturday,
Yeah.
I come downtown.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
I
great.
could do some shopping then too.
Please do, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and it's. I think there might be some restaurants also getting involved with some
Yeah.
discounts then. So yeah, and really, it's important to just remember that we're shopping local all holiday season. That's the message.
Sarah Wormka's with us, New Ulm Chamber of Commerce, talking about various things going on in the city of charm and tradition. New Ulm has always had a tradition of greens downtown, and we continue to have that, trees and wreaths. And there's also an opportunity to sponsor something here. Fill us in.
Yeah, so we have all the downtown pots that have the flowers during the summer months get a real evergreen tree, right? A Christmas tree lining both sides of Minnesota Street, which is really cool. There's 63 trees in total, and so we're looking for sponsors to help offset that cost. Taxpayer money doesn't pay for it. The city doesn't have to pay for it. It's really great that the community comes together to have these Christmas trees. So please consider sponsoring if anyone's interested in that. And grateful to the Teachers Union, the Educators Association. They're the ones who plant all the trees, or put all the trees out and do that work too. So that's really cool. Yeah.
There's
ahead.
holiday lighting too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So then the wreaths also is a second part of what's downtown. So the city does pay for those wreaths, but we are looking for volunteers to help wrap them. So it's so fun too. We all go to Ada Zinnia, and there's just hundreds of wreaths, and we wrap them with lights, put a big bow on them, and then the city staff puts them up in downtown. It looks pretty cool.
Well, we need to talk about the Parade of Lights.
Let's do it.
That's a big one. In fact, I know it's going to be broadcast on the radio. It'll be on Newcat. You helped me with that last year. I've been
Yeah.
fortunate to have done it now for nearly every year since it started, and you probably know how many years it's been. How many annual is this? It's a long time.
I just updated it.
It's a long time.
34?
I was going to say we're heading towards 40.
Yeah, okay, 36 maybe?
Yeah. So anyway,
It's on
but
the registration form or the website, but.
Parade of
Yes.
Lights is coming up, and it's really gotten to be a neat thing. It's put together nicely by the chamber. Fill us in on some of the details.
Yeah, so it starts at 6 o'clock, and we try to keep it to about 70 units, so it's an hour, because you never know about the weather. Starts down at St. Mary's and goes the wrong way down Minnesota Street and ending at the Glockenspiel. So it's 8 blocks, 4th south to 4th north. And yeah, it's a great time. All the businesses are required to have, or whoever's got a float in the parade is required to have lights on it. So it's just a magical time with just lighted units all going down the street. Feels good.
We have a fun time on the broadcast and the telecast also. There's Facebook coverage of this. You want to check it out. If you can't be there, you can be watching, you can be listening. A lot of ways to go, and it's an enjoyable broadcast and some neat. I mean, you've got you've got music, you've got some of the groups. Citizens Bank, I think, is probably always one to mention. They really go all out to put something special together, and many other groups.
Yeah.
And remember, we do announce the Governor's Award.
That's right.
For the top unit, and so that will be done again. Parade of Lights.
Yes.
Right after Thanksgiving.
I wanted to add too that there's some additional things happening with the Parade of Lights this year. I don't know if you know about any of that yet, but the tree lighting will be happening after, and we're encouraging businesses and organizations to get involved. And so I know that KNUJ is doing something right at 4:30.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
No.
Okay.
Well, you mean the turkey drop?
I do mean the.
I
turkey
don't know
drop.
all the details, but
Yeah.
we're doing a turkey drop.
Yes.
As God is my witness, I could swear turkeys can fly. Well, we remember that from WKRP in Cincinnati. Look at the guys in the back room. They're saying, this guy's nuts. Well, okay, occasionally, yes. But we're going to be doing a turkey drop
Yes.
off one of the buildings downtown.
Yeah.
And people who are there, if they get one of these turkeys, they have a chance to win a lot of prizes.
Yeah.
Participating sponsors. You want to be watching for the turkey drop at 4:30.
4:30.
And we're going to be broadcasting that also. But it's another reason to come downtown.
Exactly. What I really like about it too is come downtown. The streets are closed at 4, right? So no parking after 4. So come downtown right away at 4. Gather for the turkey drop at 4:30, and then you've got a little bit of time where you can maybe grab something to eat or check out one of the shops until the parade starts at 6.
Shops, bars, restaurants, lots of things to
Absolutely.
do. Be ready for the parade at 6. It'll be done by 7, and it's a fun time. I look forward to doing the broadcast, and it's either with Kim or yourself
Yes.
that day, so that's good. Small Business Saturday, we need to cover that yet before our time runs out.
Yes. So, Parade of Lights on Thursday, and then, on Friday, and then the following day is Small Business Saturday. And it's really, Friday is also Black Friday, right? And people think about big shopping and big warehouse things, and so Saturday is really a chance to really focus on our small businesses. All that money that is spent locally a lot of it stays local, supports our just different nonprofits and sports organizations. You know the drill. You get it too. But it's really a good opportunity to shop those small businesses, and it's a big day for them. They really rely on that spending and people to come out. So it's a great shopping day for them, and they all are planning things as well with that, different events and promotions and refreshments and different things. So.
And I'll just
Yeah.
make this statement. I've had some things on the radio in the past. When you buy online, in particular from that company that starts with an A and ends with an N, that company is fine, it's wonderful, but what do they give back to the community?
Right.
And when you shop local, these are the people that you go and see, and they give back, and they do provide time, and they help on many of the benefits.
Yeah.
We have to remember that. Shopping local is so key, and
It really is.
keep that in mind sometimes before you buy that online product from one of those major, large companies.
Yep. Well said.
There you are. Anything else, Sarah, you want to mention?
That's it. Check out newulm.com for all the details for all of these events and anything else. The chamber's always available. We're open 5 days a week. So, if you have any questions, let us know.
Great work. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's going to wrap it up. New Ulm Chamber of Commerce CEO and President Sarah Wormka with us on this edition of Something Artsy. Welcome again to another segment of Something Artsy. We appreciate having you with us, and our major thank you goes to folks from State Street Theater who helped put this together, and also with NewCat, who films every segment every month. And thank you for supporting the arts in our community through financial support from Prairie Lakes Arts Council. We're going to be doing a segment with them also this month, and also Schmidt Foundation. Without their generous support, this program would not be possible. We're going to be talking with John Kellen from the Grand Center for Arts and Culture. John, good to have you with us. We've got a number of things to talk about, and let's start out with some of the programs that you've got, some entertainment. Friday, November 1st kicks it off, and maybe go through your list for the month.
Sure. Well, we've got a great lineup of music here at the Grand Cabaret, starting off with the Mother Banjo on the 1st. It's a bluegrass folk combination, really fun group out of the Twin Cities. Followed by next week on the 8th, Ken and Ken, which is kind of a folk show. I haven't seen them,
good.
but I've heard a lot of good things about them. People have asked, backed by popular demand.
Very entertaining, couple of local guys.
Right.
You'll enjoy them, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yep. And then Krista Bowman is back on the 15th. And she's amazing. I've seen her play a couple different times.
super
and she's-
performer.
Yeah. Just really amazed by all the talent that you have here in New Ulm and surrounding region. Happy to showcase them. Then on the 22nd, Eric Zimmerman. It's a jazz trio that will be performing for us. And I think that's it for music for the month. We've got a couple of great classes down in our Cellar Press area. We have a Coptic bookbinding class, a gentleman that's coming down from the Book Arts Center up in the Twin Cities to show us how to do that.
All right, John, let's back up.
Okay.
Coptic bookbinding, what the heck is that?
It's a good question. Coptic it's a very ancient form of bookbinding, back when bookbinding was all done by hand, and so every signature is hand stitched, And the bindery is actually on the outside of the book rather than the inside of the cover.
Okay.
And that's how books were made back in the day. And so this gentleman is going to teach us how to do that, and with leather covers too. So that's the first time.
When is that again? What date?
That is on the 16th.
Saturday.
Actually, the Coptic book binding is on the 9th.
Okay.
Of November, 10
Right.
to 4. And then on the 16th, we're having a class which is letterpress basics. It's for printing holiday cards using our one of our I think we have 21 different antique presses down there. They'll be using these little clamshell type hand presses that people can print and design their own holiday cards. So that's pretty cool. We're looking forward to that. We also have a class for kids, which is Saturday. I don't have the exact date, but you can check our website, and it's for kids to do. There are also holiday. There's like a couple of different things that gift making for the holidays.
Yep.
Yep. So.
And you have an artist in residence showcase opening night coming up in November?
Yes, yeah, we're really excited about that. We've had a series of now 6 different artists in residence, and they come and spend anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks at the Grand and create some amazing things. This last woman, Willow Gentili, spent 3 weeks with us, and you might have seen her wandering around town. She was taking pictures, and she was out drawing some of our famous buildings here in New Ulm, and came up with a fantastic, I think, 8 different lino cut carvings, and then she's made prints and done watercolor, and we're now printing like tote bags and all sorts of neat things with her work that depicts some of the iconic structures here in New Ulm.
Oh,
That's very
excellent.
cool.
You know, I'm thinking about that book binding and the card printing classes. I think I mentioned this on another broadcast earlier, but I was with my family in Nashville back in May. I can't remember the name of the print shop in Nashville that is world famous, but they have printed posters for county fairs and things like that.
Yeah.
A very, very major entity in the printing business, using the old style of printing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's talking about what you folks are doing
Yeah,
here.
it's a lost art form, and we're really happy to bring it back and bring in instructors from around the region to help teach people how to do this. And when you think about all the things that we take for granted, all the printing is all done electronically now. To think that everything was set by hand,
Yeah.
every little letter was set by hand, and it's all done in reverse. And so to think how your mind has to work to print it, because when you're setting type backwards, then when you print it on a piece of paper, then it comes out right side up. And so it's been quite an amazing process.
When I was a kid, all the newspapers around here, they were set in their own type. And if it wasn't the publisher, they had what they call the printer's devil. The printer's devil, he would be usually a younger assistant person, and they learned how to do that, again, setting in reverse and so forth.
Right. Yeah. Fun to see, and that's all happens down in the basement. That's our cellar press.
You have a film series that you want to talk a little bit about. Stories I Never Knew, November 2nd, so it's right away at the start of the month.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so in honor of American Indian, the National American Indian Heritage Month, we're bringing in documentary filmmaker Rita Davrin from St. Paul, and she's bringing along one of the major actors in the film, Rita and Ramona Quito Stately. Ramona is a Santee Sioux Dakota, and she's an elder and educator. And the story, very interesting story, not to spoil the plot, but Rita Davrin's great-great-grandfather at one point owned Pike Island up across from Fort Snelling, and she was curious about who owned that before her great-great-grandfather owned it, and come to find out, kind of to her horror, that it was the birthplace of the Dakota people. And it was taken from them, and so she did this research into what and how it happened. And at any rate, so we're real thrilled to bring them here, and they'll be doing a question and answer after the film. It kind of talks through that whole process of her discovery of that as an immigrant.
November 2nd, 7 to 9, Stories I Never Knew. Very interesting.
Yeah, yes, sir.
John Kellen is with us, Grand Center for the Arts and Culture. Couple of things, if people want to sign up for classes, what do they do, and also where are you located?
Sure. You can sign up on our website for classes, or you can come in and visit us in person. So it's www.thegrandnewulm.org, and you can register right online there. Or we're located at 210 North Minnesota Street. We're open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 4, and then Saturday from 11 to 4.
All right. thegrandnewulm.org, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So check it out. You can do that. So the location again, right downtown, 210 North Minnesota Street. I worked upstairs from there
And
for
the
many
radio
years.
station, yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
For
Our
many
our
years.
offices are where your studios
Really?
used to be. Yes,
All
sir.
right. Real good.
Yep.
John Kellen, thanks for being here and sharing the information with our viewers.
Glad to be here. Thank
All
you.
right. I'm Jim Bartles, along with John Kellen. That's going to wrap up this segment of Something Artsy. Thanks for joining us. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Something Artsy. Coming your way on behalf of State Street Theater in conjunction with New Cat, where we film down in their recording area. Our thanks to them very much. Leroy Harris is with us right now from New Ulm Public Library. We want to get updated on things that are coming up. Leroy, Programming and Technology Services Librarian. It's a big title, but we can cover a number of things here. Let's talk about children programming coming up here in the month of November and into the future.
Absolutely. So all of our regular children's programs are happening in November. Many of them require registration, and you can do that in person at the library, or you can call the library at 507-359-8331, or you can go onto the library's website, newulmlibrary.org, and click on the events from the homepage, and then just find the date and the event, and there will be a link to register there. So for this kids programming, we've got our sensory playtime, which happens once a month, and in November it's going to be right on Friday, November 1st at 10 o'clock in the morning. Again, you want to register for that. They're going to have a story or two, some songs, and a lot of, just playing with sensory toys, kind of a quiet, relaxed atmosphere. Story time will be back after a couple weeks breaks going on right now. That's going to start back up on Monday, November 4th, and it's going to go into December. So every Monday morning that we are open at 10:30 a.m. In the children's room, there's our regular story time. Wednesday evening, pajama party story time is still going on.
Oh boy.
So that's Wednesday nights at 6:30, and that's going to start on Wednesday, November 6th.
I'm kind of a big kid. Can I put some pajamas on and come or not?
If you bring a grandkid or you can do that. Yeah,
Okay.
we have had adults come in jammies with their
Yeah.
kids, so yeah, you can do that. Kids bring pajamas, bring a stuffed animal friend, and have a fun time.
That sounds great.
And then we're starting out our first junior video game club. And so that's going to be for students in 2nd through 5th grade. And they're going to meet on Tuesday, November 12th at 3:30 after school. And so they'll be play games, eating snacks, and you can teach Miss Catherine how to play. And so again, 2nd through 5th grade, junior video game club. It'll be their first meeting in November, and it'll go for about an hour. Then we've got our STEM programs. So there's Creative Kids for pre-kindergarten, kindergarten and 1st grade, and that's going to be on Thursday, November 14th at 3:30 in the afternoon. And so again, that's after school, science, technology, engineering, art, math. They do a fun activity, craft. Usually have something that you can take home, and it's a fun time. For the older kids, there's the Wacky Wonders. That's 2nd through 5th grade, and that's going to be Thursday, November 21st at 3:30. Again, after school for the 2nd and 5th graders. Our monthly Friday special story time is going to be on November 15th in November, so Friday at 10 a.m. So there's a story time, and then there's a craft that goes along with the theme for the story time. The Teen Video Game Club, which has been going for a few months now, is going to have their monthly meeting. They're moving from during the week to Saturday. So Saturday, November 16th at 2 in the afternoon, come down. And so that's for 6th through 12th grade. And so that'll be here again in the meeting room. Play games, eat snacks, have a good time with that. Our evening sensory playtime is going to be on Tuesday, November 19th at 6 o'clock. And again, just like the morning sensory playtime, same kind of format, and you'll want to register for that. The Teen Anime Club is going to be on Tuesday, November 26th, so right before the Thanksgiving break there, 3:30 after school. They'll continue watching the series they're on and eat some Japanese snacks and talk about anime and manga and have a fun time with that.
Teen Animate Club.
Yes.
So animation.
So anime is Japanese animation.
Yeah.
It has a particular style,
Yeah.
the way it's structured. The biggest difference between like Western cartoons and anime is that in Western cartoons, they often write the story and then draw the pictures to match the story. Whereas for a lot of anime, the pictures come first and the dialogue comes second. So they draw the story and then they put words to fit.
Wow. Okay.
That's a general difference,
Yep.
but it's not always true.
All right.
And then the last on the children's programming is the once a month the No School Afternoon movie. So kids are out on Wednesday, November 27th. They're going to watch Inside Out 2, and they're going to do that at 2 o'clock. We'll have the popcorn, bring your water bottle, and you can come and enjoy a movie with that.
Leroy Harris is with us. We're talking about activities in New Ulm Public Library, and as you can tell, it's more than just books, folks. More than just books. And don't forget newulmlibrary.org. Okay, adult programming.
Well, we've got our senior movie matinees. There are a couple breaks with that because the first two, normally that's on Friday afternoons. The first 2 Fridays in November, our meeting room is going to be indisposed because our annual Friends of the Library book sale is going to be going on. And that's going to be starting on November 7th is when they'll have everything set up. And then the members only sale, so if you want to join the Friends of the Library or renew a membership, they have that starting Thursday afternoon. At 4:30, I believe, and then it's general open Friday, and then Saturday, and then later Saturday afternoon they'll have their discount bundle. You know, I think it's like fit all the books in a bag for $1 kind of a deal. But
Where do the books come from?
They're donated by members of the community. They also, in a small amount, come from things that are discarded from our collection, but mostly they come from donations.
Can anyone donate to that?
Absolutely.
Good to keep that in mind.
Yep, we're not taking magazines, encyclopedia, dictionaries, textbooks, or books that are damaged. But other than that, if you have a book you'd like to donate, just come by the circulation desk and let us know. You can bring it in if you need help bringing it in from your car. If you've got a box full, we have carts to help with that. And the great volunteers that are part of the Friends of the Library, they get them all sorted and organized, and it takes them about a week to have everything all set up. And then the sale goes for a few days and helps raise money to support library programming and other efforts.
It's November 7th?
Yep, yeah, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay, 7th through the 9th. All right, very good. Anything else on the adult programming?
Absolutely. So because of the Friends of the Library book sale, the first 2 Fridays there won't be a senior movie matinee, and then not the last Friday, we'll get to that in a minute, but on Friday, November 15th, at 1 p.m. they'll be watching Imitation Game because they've been going through the decades and they're now into the 2010s. And so Imitation Game, and then on the 22nd, they're going to be watching Hidden Figures. The library will be closed on Monday, November 11th for Veterans Day, and will be closed on Thursday and Friday, November 28th and 29th for Thanksgiving. We'll be open all the other days. Our regular book clubs are meeting. So our Litwitz Book Club is going to meet Monday, November 4th at 6:30 in the evening, and they're going to be discussing Comstock Lode by Louis L'Amour. So it's their first time discussing a Western, and it's one of his longer ones. Definitely one where a lot of people say he has much more richly developed characters, and the setting is really, really unique. And then our History Book Club is going to start meeting at their winter location. So that's over at the City Center Apartments at 115 South Minnesota Street. And the management there graciously allows us to use their meeting room for our discussions. And so that's going to be Tuesday, November 19th at 12 p.m. And we're going to be discussing Twin Cities, My Life as a Black Cop by Charles Adams. And so it's a really interesting read. Our Mystery Book Club meets the last Monday of the month. So that's Monday, November 25th at 6:30 here at the library again. And they're going to be discussing, excuse me, Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. There's no poetry group in November because we're closed on Veterans Day. I'm running out of air here.
A lot of things to talk about. By the way, Leroy Harris, the man in the bow tie. I just got to remember that. All right, what else we got?
The Film Society is starting their next series. So they just wrapped up in October with their mockumentary series, and now they're going to be starting America at War. And so for November, on Tuesday, November 12th at 6:30, their first movie is going to be 1776, which is the musical based on the play. It came out in the 1970s, and so we're excited for that one. That'll be the first one there in November. Our genealogy club will have a regular meeting again. In October, we just had a family history fair last night. It was great.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, we had representatives from a number of different organizations, and people come, and lots of great questions and conversations. I really am running out of air. But genealogy club regular meeting, third Thursday of the month, so that's going to be November 21st at 6:30 in the evening. And then let's see, our needleworking group, our art group are all meeting at their regular times. One difference being the art group will not meet on Wednesday, November 6th, because they'll be set up for the book sale. We do have one special event. Forensic psychologist Frank Weber is an author of murder mysteries based on cases he's worked on. He's going to be coming to talk about his new book, Scandal of Vandals. And so he's going to be here on Monday, November 18th from 6:30 to 7:30. So we're excited to have him back. He always does a great presentation. He's a funny guy, really interesting things to share, and his books are great too.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
It is.
Again, don't forget newulmlibrary.org. newulmlibrary.org at 359-8331. Anything else on your services at the library you want to mention?
Well, our Library of Things is starting to shift into our winter offerings. We don't have any snow yet, but so you'll see our summer offerings going away, things like the outdoor lawn games and the, oh man, the life jackets, things like that. And so be on the lookout for our winter offerings when they come out, the snow fort building kits and the snowshoes. And then, of course, our memory lab is open. We've had a number of upgrades recently, so we're now capable of doing reel-to-reel 8mm film, as well as micro cassettes. And so those are two new additions that we can do, in addition to all the other things we've already been able to put together. So we're excited about that.
You and I talked about this one other program, and a service I'm going to use that I haven't yet. But you have a flat screen scanner.
Yes.
If someone comes in and they've got like a photo album or a scrapbook, and you want to start to convert it onto a flash drive or whatever, that's a service available through you guys. And I'm going to use it. I know that, and maybe other people too. But it's a great way to try to digitize some of these things so they don't get lost in the shuffle down the road.
Absolutely, yeah. That's part of our memory lab. Our flatbed scanner. It's very large. We have great software with it. It allows us to do photos, documents, slides, negatives, positive film as well. And the nice thing with slides and individual pictures is as it scans across the bed, it's able to identify individual images and separate them out into individual files.
Wow.
So you don't have to do them one at a time or try to crop out each one and separate it. And so that's really nice.
Is there a cost for that?
Absolutely not.
Oh, very good. We're going to let you go and get caught up and catch your breath.
Right.
Leroy Harris, Programming and Technology Services Librarian. Always great to have him in. And don't forget newulmlibrary.org or call him at 359-8331. New Ulm Public Library, what a great service and asset for the community. Leroy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us, Jim.
That's going to do it on this segment of Something Artsy. Welcome to another segment of Something Artsy. Coming your way here from the New Cat Theater, as I would call it, the basement of New Ulm Public Library. Something Artsy is brought to you by State Street Theater in conjunction with New Cat, who films the segment every month. Thank you for supporting the arts in our community through financial support from Prairie Lakes Arts Council and the Schmidt Foundation. Without their generous support, this program would not be possible. My name's Jim Bartles. My pleasure to be the moderator for this broadcast. And well, let's get right at it. Anna Pollack is with us, Executive Director for the Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council, and Luis Orozco, Regional Outreach Programs Coordinator, is also with us today. Great to have you here as well. Anna, let's start out. Again, we know that we're grateful for the funding that helps make this program available, but What is Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council?
Yeah.
How did it become an entity and what's it all about?
Oh yeah, sure. So we are a part of the Regional Arts Council system across the state. We're one of 11 that's funded by the Legacy Amendment. So it's funded by tax dollars. So we are very generously thank you to the Minnesota voters.
And when did I remember when
Yeah.
that was voted on. That's a number, how many years ago?
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah,
Yep. So we're
okay.
running at about 15, 20 years now. It's up for re-election. We think probably in 2028 or 2032.
Okay.
So we're going to start that advocacy soon here.
Yep.
But so we fund the 9-county region, and we fund arts organizations and artists, and we provide support for arts organizations across the region to keep on making art in southern Minnesota.
Okay. So who can be funded? What kind of projects can be funded?
Yeah, so if you're a 501c3, you can be funded by us. We also fund government entities, and if you have a project, if you have year-round arts programming, you can be funded by us, as well as individuals. We have individual artist grants where if someone wants to further their artist career, or if they're mid-career, they can also get grants from us. And we also have a youth scholarship program, so students in the area can get funding for private lessons, if they want to go to a dance classes, if they want to learn how to play an instrument outside of school, they can apply for scholarships through us.
So again, you think of arts and what's involved in the arts, and
Yeah.
that's what this ties
That's-
into. So
mhm.
music, artistic things, and so forth. Is there a time frame for getting your paperwork together and getting a grant?
Yes, we're pretty loose. It's every month we have new deadlines. However, we have a couple programs that only happen every once in a while. Right now, our applications are open for our youth scholarship, so that will be a deadline of November 1st. So that's coming up here soon. We also have some larger grant amounts deadlines that happen in February. It's called our ACH, Arts, Culture, and Heritage Fund. Those are our larger deadlines, like I said, February. But we have what's called a rolling deadline for our small arts project grants. That's about a $2,500 grant, $4,000 for BIPOC and underserved communities. And so that can be applied to until those funds run out, which, hopefully are gonna not run out until about March or April.
Okay. Categories, several categories for grant options. You've kind of teased on that a little
Yeah.
bit. What are those categories?
Yeah, I kind of think of the three categories. So the first being project grants, and that would be that small arts project or ACH. That's kind of tied to if it's festivals or if it's events that someone wants to do, programming classes, that kind of project-based thing. With artist grants, it's also project-based, but it's a bit more about learning and moving their career forward. And then those youth scholarships is that third bucket. And that's for students to apply, and then instructors also are a part of that application
All right,
process.
so students, give me an example of students who would apply and what they're applying for.
Yeah, so we have two different categories of our youth scholarships. One is the grades 3 through 6, and then the other is grades 7 through 12. And let's say, a student comes up to their parents and say, I really want to be in dance this year, and if there's a bit of a cost barrier associated with that, they can apply for funding through us to get a $500 grant if it's that 7 through 12 range, and then a $300 grant if it's that 3 through 6 grade range, to go towards dance classes or piano lessons or other disciplines. We kind of view a lot of disciplines as art, and so we're able to kind of, even martial arts or figure skating has been funded by us. So.
What kind of budget do you have over the
Yeah.
course of the year? Because it's public information.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So we give out, last year we gave out a little over $630,000 in grants. This year we're running about $1 million budget and are hoping to just do shy of $700,000 in grants this year.
Excellent. Anna Pollock is with us, Executive Director, Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council. We're going to bring Luis into the conversation here shortly as well. So you're focusing on changing programs starting in July of 25 and getting feedback from community on their thoughts. Little information on that.
Yeah, some of the things we've heard is that our application seems to be sometimes too long and stuff, so we are trying to condense that down. And also there seem to be language barriers in our community, so we're trying to be more open to that. For example, we're going to accept applications in English or Spanish, any other language that might be more accessible to communities as well. And then just be more present online and our newsletter, just kind of engage with like the modern technology more.
If someone wants to get on your list for the newsletter, how do they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Through our
just
website?
they just sign up on our website.
Okay, and your website is
It's prlac.org.
prlac.org. I got it. plrac.org. Make a note of that. It's something you can take advantage of. So how can nonprofits and artists find out more about if they might be eligible for a grant? I'm sure the website, but any other way?
Yeah, they can email us directly at info@plrac.org, or they can email Anna, myself, or Pam at our offices. It's usually our first name at plrac.org as well.
All right, let's go old fashioned. Is there a phone number?
There
just in
sure
case?
is.
All
You
right.
can reach our office and Anna can give
Yes,
you.
507-833-8721. And all that
507.
information's online too, so
Okay,
it's a good starting point.
507-833-8721, PLRAC, Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council.org.
Yep.
Check it out. Anything else you want to mention that we should cover before we wrap it up?
If you're an artist or an arts organization and want to know more, please reach out to our offices. We are approachable. We have such a great outreach and programs coordinator. We're excited to be more visible in the community and just here to answer questions and any questions just about arts funding in general, whether it's through us or other entities.
Appreciate your passion for what you're talking about. That's good stuff. That's going to do it. Anna Pollack, Luis Orozco, who are with us. We're talking about Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council. Remember, plrac.org. Also the phone number, 507-833-8721. Anna and Luis, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.
That's going to wrap it up on this segment. Jim Bartles with you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to another segment of Something Artsy. Jim Bartles, your host. My pleasure to moderate and be here with Leah Trelevin. Did I get it?
Tree-Levin.
Trelevin.
Yep.
Sorry. Trelevin, and she is with us. She's from Sweet Haven Tonics and been open now for how many months?
So we opened about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going
Great,
well.
great
It's
downtown,
wonderful. Yeah.
good location, close to the old Herberger's location and so forth. And
In the old Herberger's
Yes,
location.
you got
So just very grateful to be downtown and
Yeah.
all of the awesome events that the city of New Ulm and the chamber and a lot of committees put together that bring a lot of people down last.
Leah, who's with us, and of course, Something Artsy is brought to you by State Street Theater in conjunction with New Cat, who films the segments every month. And our thank you for supporting the arts in our community through financial support from Prairie Lakes Arts Council and the Schmidt Foundation. Without their generous support, this program would not be possible. All right, we want to talk about cocktail classes.
Yes.
You've got a couple coming up in November, and tell us about these cocktail classes that you're hosting at Sweet Haven Tonics.
I have wanted to do a cocktail class for a long time. People don't know how easy it is to craft really elevated cocktails. And so I'm going to partner with 2 Minnesota distilleries. So on November 6th, we'll be partnering with Tattersall. And on November 20th, we'll be partnering with Vikra Distilling out of Duluth. So we'll have experts from those distilleries coming in to tell us about the spirits. There'll be a tasting through of a number of their spirits, and they'll tell us all about them. And then we're gonna craft some cocktails, and I'm gonna share some useful tips and tricks about how to take your cocktail from just pouring 2 ingredients in a glass to make it more elevated and just show how simple it is.
More elevated. So like you might add what kind of things to give it a little more
So it might
successful flavor?
Yeah, it might be the difference between shaking and stirring a cocktail. It might be the decision of how you add citrus or herbs as a garnish to a cocktail, showing how to add foam to a cocktail really easily. They're not difficult things to do, and once you see them done, then you can kind of understand and start to do it at home yourself.
Dates and time again.
So November 6th and November 20th, both are Wednesdays, from 6 to 8 p.m. So there will be, again, a spirit tasting. We'll do cocktails. You'll get 4 unique cocktails with either Tattersall or Vikra distilling spirits. And then we'll have a nice charcuterie board spread with sweet and savory things to snack on while you're enjoying your time.
So what's the setup? I mean, we're not sitting around the bar at Sweet Haven. How's it going to be presented?
So we have seats throughout the lounge, so you can sit throughout the lounge and it'll be presented. You know, we'll find one area so everybody can see what's happening. And we're hoping for around 30 to 40 people to join us.
Pretty casual environment then.
Yes, always pretty casual.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do people sign up?
So you can go to my website, sweethaventonics.com, and there will be, just like you can order tonics from the website, there are events, and you can go in and purchase your ticket for that event, and you'll be given a confirmation number.
What's it cost?
So it's going to be $65 per person, but again, that's spirits, that's 4 cocktails, charcuterie board, and then you'll also get a free bottle of Sweet Haven of your choice, so you can take that home with you. And in addition, the distilleries are offering discounts on their spirits. You can order the spirits that you would like at a discount, and then the retail within my store is discounted as well.
So again, with the price, you're going to be able to walk away with something too, something from Sweet Haven.
Yep.
And so it makes it pretty good event. Again, where are you located and what are your hours in case people want to walk in and sign up? I'd like to find out more about this, the cocktail classes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm at 116 North Minnesota Street in the old Herberger's building. Our hours Monday through Thursday are 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Fridays, it's 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. And on Saturdays, it's 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. And now we are also open on Sundays. So 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. So there's not a single day you can't come down to Sweet Haven.
Very good. Again, the cocktail classes that we talked about are on the 6th and the 20th of November, 6 to 8 p.m. You can find out more at sweethaventonics.com. And you can just walk right in also. They're open as the hours are presented. You're open 7 days a week now.
We are.
And at 116 North Minnesota Street, the old Herberger's building, and a lot of people would remember that as well. So right on Minnesota Street in downtown. Anything else you want to mention, Leah, before we wrap up?
I don't think so, but I guess one last thing I would say is that we're going to start doing some small batch new flavors. So there'll be some special events with some new flavors that we'll probably talk about next month.
Wow. The cocktail classes, have you done these before, or is this first time?
This is my first time partnering with distilleries.
Okay.
I've done cocktail classes myself, but it's exciting to add in these experts who their specialty is the spirits, my specialty is making drinks, so they can offer information that I'll learn from too.
All right, very good. Sweet Haven Tonics, cocktail classes the 6th and 20th of November, 6 to 8 p.m. Go to sweethaventonics.com. You can give them a call, I would guess, also.
Absolutely.
At phone number?
Phone number is online. Google it. That's I don't know what
Easiest way.
our store phone number is actually
All right.
at the top of my head.
And sweethaventonics.com. You'll learn more information. Open
Yep.
7 days a week. Again, those classes on the 6th and the 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be great.
Leah, thank you so much. Leah from Sweet Haven Tonics. Jim Bartle's here. That's going to wrap up this segment of Something Artsy. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Something Artsy. Coming your way today, and we appreciate your joining us. We're going to be talking to Vicki and Matt. They're part of the Luca community. What's Luca? You're going to find out more. We're going to get you some more information on that, and we're going to have a little ukulele performance and song, so you want to be listening for that as well. Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council, along with the Schmidt Foundation, are major supporters financially for what goes on with Something Artsy. We appreciate their support, and also our thanks to State Street Theater, who coordinates the program, and we work with New Cat here in New Ulm, who films this segment every month. I could point to there's about 50 people back in the production room helping to make this all happen, thanks to all of them. All right, so with us, Vicki Tamburino, Matt Milbauer. Welcome to Something Artsy. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so I've been asking questions about Luca before we got started, and there's probably a lot of these same questions. We are going to talk about the ukulele. We're going to have some music in just a second, but the Luca community, Luca Books, what is it, Vicki? Give us a little background, and it's now located in the downtown area. I think of the old Ehlers location, kitty corner from Sweet Haven Tonics, kitty corner from where Herberger's used to be in downtown. What's Luca? What's it all about?
Luca Books was a brainchild of Bree Tarson. She named it that because it means happiness, joy, good luck, and it just was a name that fit our town. As we started the community program of Luca Books, or Luca, it's not a book, hers is a bookstore, ours is the community outreach program for youth. We started thinking of a name that would really suit that space that we're going to be using. So from Luca Books or Luca Books to Luca Community to Alm Sweet Alm is what is
I
on
like
the
that name.
outside. Yeah, we had a drawing as to what we thought the best name would be, and so that's the one that went out.
The Riverbend Business Products, I think, was the last thing that was in there. Now
Yes.
Alm Sweet Alm. So it's there. All right, so we're going to talk about youth ukulele classes on Saturdays in the Alm Sweet Alm location, 203 North Minnesota. Let's listen to a little bit of ukulele. And Matt, if you could please treat us to a little bit of sound and song.
So this ukulele was purchased from the bookstore. It plugs in too, but I don't have an amp here, so we're just going to go acoustic. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So,
Something-
Matt, are you the instructor?
I'm one of the instructors. Anna de St. Croix is also is instructor number 2, and she's actually a music therapist in town. I'm just more of an informal musician who's also a therapist, but not really necessarily connected.
Okay.
So our clinic, our free clinic, is for ages 5th grade through 9th grade, and it's every Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. The store opens at 10. We have both paper and digital sign-up sheets. People can show up around 10:15 if they want to participate. We also have 15 ukuleles that were purchased through the grant that are available for kids to play. If you come to 3 separate sessions, you get to check one out.
Okay, wow.
So that's something that wasn't brought up earlier, is that we are able to provide this group as a grant. We received a really nice grant to purchase the ukuleles and to be able to also have 2 people that are the instructors for the class. I know that Books, or Leica Books, also has ukuleles for sale at their space too.
Okay.
And several music books with instructions on how to learn. People are more than welcome to bring their own instrument as well.
You gonna do this for adults sometime too?
We hope so.
I want to
You know,
be
first-
part of
yeah,
that.
step 1 is the kids' open clinic, and we need people to show up. And the goal is to provide a class for adults eventually, maybe even a full family class.
Yeah. It's a drop-in thing.
Yep.
If you can just show up and you're good, you don't need to sign up ahead of time?
You do need to sign up ahead of time, but once you sign up, you can come to as many as you want.
Okay. All right. So again, it's free?
Yep.
Class is free. All right.
And
So,
he said that if they show up for 3, then you can sign out the ukulele so you can actually practice at home also. Which is
4-string instrument.
Yep.
I like it.
It's a little bit easier to learn than a guitar or a lot of other stringed instruments. So yeah, we have probably about 10 kids who've been showing up to the first 3. Tomorrow's session 4, and most of them have already started learning a song.
Nice. Nice. Okay, let's move on a little bit. In November, you're planning a holiday kickoff event featuring a lot of neat things. The event will be on Black Friday, I'm told. So Tell us a little bit about that. Of course, Parade of Lights downtown is going on. Give us some background.
It'll be going on after the Parade of Lights. It will be at the Ulm Sweet Ulm location. I know that Ulmer Quartet is going to be one of the bands that are featured. There will be music ahead of time, and I know that Jody Johnson and her son, I think, are going to be helping out with some of just the piano music to give us a little ambiance. We will be having a silent auction, and there will be food there for people too. Something that I really like about the space is that they do have food there all the time through Guten Essen. So
They have great food.
they do.
Great
they
food.
do, yeah. So it's kind of nice to have that all in one space where you can sit back and eat something, have some coffee, read a book. We're just trying to get out there and let everybody know what the space is about. So we would love it if people would show up after the Parade of Lights and just come in and enjoy what that space has to offer.
Ulm Sweet Ulm, what kind of hours is it open? Do you know?
Oh, I think it's.
I know it opens at 10 a.m. on
Yeah.
Saturdays.
Okay.
And
it's open
hours should
through
be
the
posted
week.
on the website too.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And the website address, do we know that by chance? If we don't, we're gonna know, just Google it, you'll
Yeah.
find it
Yeah,
out,
Luke-
okay?
Luca
Google
Books,
it.
Lykke Books.
Lykke Books.
Our Luca community,
Yeah.
Lykke.
And
Yeah.
feel free to stop in anytime, 203 North Minnesota Street.
And a lot of great plans in the future for Ulm Sweet Ulm too. I just love that title. And again, a nice large location that it's in there. The ukulele classes are in progress already. So they've started. We're in doing this video for November, but it's every Saturday, 10:30 to 11:30 at the Ulm Sweet Ulm location, which again, years ago, Ayler's Kitty Corner from the Sweet Haven Tonics, which is in the former Herberger's location, just across the street and over there. So anything else you want to mention before we wrap up today?
Well, they also have a couple other programs that they have received grants for, and so one is the bicycle program that they have once a week. We also are doing youth reading groups, so we have book clubs that are set up, so it's kind of fun to be able to come in there and find out which books those students are reading. They do have a lot of selection, and I do know that one of the things that we are going to be starting is actually having some of those students be part of our board so that we can tailor our stuff a little bit more to what the needs are of our community.
So the organization itself is fairly new,
It is.
correct?
I've not been on it for a year yet. It's coming
Okay.
up on a year come
And
January.
again, the location, the Ulm Sweet Ulm location, you can't miss it if you're walking downtown. Just
They
down
did
from
a
the
beautiful
209.
job of setting it up, so they've remodeled the whole thing, and so you should walk in and just check out what they've done with the place.
All right, real good. You got 30 seconds to like ukulele for us again, or another song?
Sure.
Just a little bit. Why not? It's Matt.
Summertime, living is easy. Fish are jumping, cotton is high. Dad is rich, mom's good looking. Hush, pretty baby, oh, don't you cry.
Matt Milbauer, thanks so much. It was great. Enjoy having that. Matt and Vicky, thanks for joining. Vicky, our daughters used to dance
They did.
together a few years ago.
Quite a few.
Yeah, but anyway, check it out. Again, it's the Luca books and the Luca community that's going on. You can Google it, find out more information. But the youth ukulele classes for ages 5th grade through 9th grade, 10:30 to 11:30 at Ulm Sweet Ulm, downtown New Ulm. You need to register ahead of time. Just stop in, you get that taken care of, but come down and enjoy it. experience something different and yet fun in the world of music and arts. Matt, Vicki, thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
have you
having
here.
Thanks for having us, Jim.
Yep, you bet. That's going to wrap it up in this segment of Something Artsy. Jim Bartles, your host. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to another segment of Something Artsy. I'm Jim Bartles. I'm your host. Great to be here. We're going to be talking about State Street Theater and things that are coming up. Janice Olson is with us, office manager. Good to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Want to put a quick plug in. Something Artsy, of course, is brought to you by State Street Theater in conjunction with New Cat, who films this segment every month. Our thanks to the 50-person production crew back there. They do great work for us. Thank you so much. Financial support comes from Prairie Lakes Arts Council and the Schmidt Foundation. And without their generous support, this program would not be possible. All right, Janice, let's get right to the activities and talk about November. A number of things coming up in November. I guess I'll let you take it away. I know there's a no-made market vendor site event coming up.
Yeah, this is something new. I guess they had done it in the past. So we're bringing it back. We're going to be a vendor site for the No Made Market. That's the shopping opener weekend.
Yep.
So we're going to have vendors of all kinds, some artisans and crafters. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to be Thursday and Friday, November 7th and 8th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
And then Saturday morning, November 9th from 9 to noon, because we have a show that evening. So we're busy. We're busy that weekend.
Thursday and Friday, 7th
Yeah.
and 8th, first day at 9 to 4, and the second day it is 9 to noon.
Yes, Saturday will be 9 to noon.
All
Thursday
right.
and Friday, 9 to 4.
How about Girls Just Want to Have Fun? What's this all about?
Yeah, so that's coming up on the 9th of November. That's going to be an 80s tribute. So it's called Girls Just Want to Have Fun by ladies of the 80s. There aren't just ladies in this band, I found out, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's going to be all 80s music. We're going to have a costume contest. So bring your friends, bring your spouse, whoever, and dress in your 80s best, and you can win some cool prizes.
November 9th. So
November
that's what's
9th.
going on the 9th
That's
in the
going
evening.
on, yep, at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yep.
So that kind of follows up on the market vendor site that's going on earlier in the day, and then
Yeah.
the Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Ladies of the 80s tribute show at 7 o'clock that night. How do people get tickets or get tied into this?
Yeah, so you can call the box office if you're comfortable doing it over the phone. That's 507-359-9990. Or you can go on our website. That is at statestreetnewulm.org.
Okay.
You can also stop in the box office. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, and I will be there.
Okay. And again, if people don't know, State Street Theater is located where?
Yeah, 1 North State Street, but your box office door is going to be around the back of the building off of Washington Street, door number 7.
Again, and for the old timers would say that's the old middle school.
Yes, yep, that's right.
the old middle school.
right.
And an older high school.
Yep.
There we
It's
are.
a beautiful building.
Okay, there's a veterans celebration coming up at State Street Theater also. I was up there for a great evening after they had the welcoming of the Vietnam Memorial.
Yes.
And that was, what, was it last year or year before?
Yeah.
And a big gathering down at German Park, and then a great concert featuring music from the Vietnam era.
Yeah.
So that was a really big deal. So I'm kind of curious about the Veterans Celebration coming up November 10th. Of course, Veterans Day is the 11th.
Yep.
Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the ending of our big weekend. We're gonna have a free Veterans Day event. So this is a free event, free to the public, stop on in. Sunday, November 10th at 2 p.m. And we're gonna have lots of stuff going on. The 204th Army Band will be playing tons of patriotic music. We're gonna have a speaker, his name is Bill Strusinski, and he's a veteran and an author of the book Care Under Fire. And he is gonna speak about his time being a medic in Vietnam. And then we're gonna have Randall Dietrich, the executive director of the Minnesota Military and Veterans Museum. That's not quite open yet, but they're gonna display some of their artifacts that are coming to that museum. And we're gonna actually celebrate the Marine Corps' 249th birthday. It falls on that day.
Wow.
So there will be a birthday cake and stuff to celebrate. Again, it's free. to the public, so stop on by.
November 10th, 2
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yep.
Again, State Street Theater, which is 1 North State Street in New Ulm, so check it out. What about what's going on November 30th? I saw something about a comedian coming in.
Yeah, we're gonna have a comedian. That is the day after, it's Thanksgiving weekend. So Saturday, November 30th at 7 p.m. John DeBoer is the comedian, and he's gonna have a special guest with him named Grant Wickles. And he's got some pretty, I've looked up some of his stuff. He's pretty funny. So it'll be a really good night. Bring your family that's in town, head out for a night of comedy.
Family comedy.
Yeah, yep.
All right.
Yep.
Family-based comedy.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tickets, price, anything on that?
Yeah, tickets are online. I believe they're $20 in advance and $25 at the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same price, children and adults?
No, actually, kids, I believe, are $5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's on right at the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So again, so many things going on, parade of lights, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
That's at 7 o'clock that evening, which would be after the parade of lights is
Yeah.
done. And which is on Friday. Of course, this is on Saturday.
Yeah.
So there you go, and the shopping opener and so many great things that are going on earlier in November, and then we lead up to that, and a lot of neat things at State Street. All right, let's go back and talk a little bit about volunteers. Always looking for volunteers at State Street Theater.
Always. We can't do our shows without our volunteers. So we have a big season coming up. We have 12 shows between now and the end of 2024. So we need many volunteers to help us get through those shows. So you can sign up online at our website, statestreetnewulm.org, or you can give us a call at 507-359-9990. You are more than welcome also to stop in the box office during our hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, and I can help you get signed up. We have many different volunteer opportunities, concessions, ushers, ticket window, ticket sales, will call window, so there's something for everybody.
A lot of different things.
Yeah.
Annual fundraiser coming up down the road in early March.
Yeah, so save the date. That's going to be March 1st, 2025, and the theme is Hooray for Hollywood. So we're going to have, you can dress as your favorite Hollywood character, past, present, whatever.
What are you going to dress up as?
I know, I have a big decision to make. I don't know. I'm thinking Audrey Hepburn, but we'll see. Could be something totally different.
Dorothy, Wizard of Oz.
Dorothy would be great. I
Yeah?
would love that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's on March 1st.
Yeah.
Again, Hooray for Hollywood. And time frame on that? Do you know what time it's going to be?
I
That's all
don't.
information coming.
Information coming
Okay.
for sure.
Holiday party. It says host your holiday party with us and watch one of our Christmas shows. What's some information there?
Yeah, so this would be a really fun, unique holiday party. We have a theater that can seat up to 700 people, so you could host your whole company if you wanted, and then if you wanted to host like a backstage reception before the show, you can do a standing room, hors d'oeuvre, and drinks type reception, or we can have actually tables and chairs for up to 120 people. So if you're interested in that, give us a call. That would probably be the best way to do that.
So again, if you or your business wants to do something, could be a church, could be whatever
Yep.
organization, and have something, get it set up there, things can be done, show a movie, whatever it would be.
Yeah. And we have
Entertainment.
our play coming up is the best Christmas pageant ever. So that would be a really unique thing to do after you have a little hors d'oeuvre or dinner. You could watch our Christmas show.
And again, you've got the tables and chairs for up to 120 people, but also for larger, those new, very comfortable chairs, pretty spacious seating. You seat 700 there at the State Street Theater.
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
All right. Holiday time coming up, gift certificates, always a great idea.
Yeah, for sure. And you can give a gift certificate to State Street Theater in any amount, which is a very unique gift. You're giving the gift of entertainment, right? Or an experience of some kind.
Right.
So those are available also on our website, which is statestreetnewulm.org, or you can stop into the box office or you could give us a call over the phone, 507-359-9990. It's a very unique gift, I think.
Janice Olson is with us, office manager at State Street Theater. Boy, we've had a full mouthful to talk about here. A lot of things. And again, phone number 359-507, of course, 359-9990. 90, and the website statestreetnewulm.org, and all those ways you can find out more information, check it out, list of all the performances, and I know I've seen you had a really busy 2024, and I'm sure 2025, I know Emmylou Harris, that was a huge one, wasn't it?
Huge. Sold out show. Great. Yeah.
How's Emmylou doing these days?
Good. Can you believe she's 78?
Wow.
I know.
I saw her perform at the Grand Ole Opry.
Did you?
Yeah, and but
Oh,
yeah, to
that
have her
was
here,
amazing.
that wasn't a tribute deal.
No.
That was Emmylou in person.
Real Emmylou.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
All right, Janice, anything else you want to mention as we wrap up?
Yeah, just keep an eye on our website. We have new events that are being added all the time. So keep an eye on the website, look at the calendar. We're kind of digging into our 2025 year, so we're booking things all the time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Janice Olson, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Janice Olson, State Street Theater. I'm Jim Bartles, and that's another segment of Something Artsy.